I don't have a whole lot of time, so I didn't want to waste this whole morning. I didn't get to work out, but I just watched this little reel, which um, I've seen this stuff before, but it's so in recovery, in the recovery community, we talk a lot about, not we. I'm not in the recovery community. I came from a life of, yes, using drugs and addiction, but I'm aware, well versed in all the recovery talk and all that stuff, just from being around it all my life. So in that community, one of the first rules is you do not. So one of them rules that they teach you in the beginning of recovery is not to date, or that your downfall will be, the first thing is searching for a relationship, dating, playing with fire, basically. I'm pretty passionate about trying to. I work with men and I try to build them up. I've been a broken man and I've needed built up. So I've learned things, and God has gave me knowledge of things to build me up, correct major flaws in my life, and I have a passion to see other men changed and strengthened in this thing. So, and I love psychology, narcissism, all the dark psychology, and all the stuff that goes with it. I love the spiritual side of it. I learned that about the Jezebel, Ahab spirit. Ahab is a man not doing his job as a man. He's weak, cowardly, not stepping up to the plate and doing the right things. Jezebel, controlling high controlling, manipulative woman, person, whatever, because these spirits can go either way. Jezebel can be this high controlling, manipulative person, can be man or woman, and the same thing with the Ahab. It can be, you can have the cowardly wife, woman, blah blah blah. Either way. But I watched this video. I just want to share it for encouragement. I like the way this is said, and I'm going to give you a little bit on it. I love Mark Driscoll, but it's not really him. He's watching a video and then he's going to comment on it.
You have one head, it's a marriage.
I'm my own woman. I don't submit to my man. Her name, Jezebel, means I'm married. This is the Jezebel independent spirit. It's that they might have the title of wife, but they are fiercely independent. They're running businesses behind the scenes that their husbands don't even know about. A godly woman, she's a helper to her husband, and she's on mission with her husband. It's not two people fighting against each other, building separate missions. A godly woman gets beside her husband and says, I will build the mission that God put in your life.
Deborah's little sister right there. I like her. So it says in Corinthians that the man was not made for the woman, that the woman was made for the man. And that's what it means to be the helper. So if you're a single gal and you don't want to follow leadership, you don't want to respect and honor a man, please do every man a favor and don't marry any man. But what we're not talking about here as well, ladies, is, women submitting to men. What we're talking about is a wife following the leadership of her loving, humble servant husband who treats her like Jesus does. But if you have two heads, it's a monster. If you have one head, it's a marriage.
I'm my own woman. I don't submit to my man.
The reason I'm passionate about that one and play that video is because I deal with men, and I try to talk them through it, and I like learning about it. Toxic relationships, period. If it's a toxic relationship without the spirituality, without knowing the Ahab, Jezebel, all that stuff, just walk away from it. If somebody makes you feel a certain way, just walk away from it. Whether they're a narcissist, whether they're a Jezebel, whether they're this or that, two people colliding and just at a war like that, just walk away from it. That's the best bet. On the spiritual side, we're not all going to get along. We have to work through things, pray. On the spiritual side, you pray about these things. But where I want to go with it is this. I work in... I served most of my life in prison. I've been around men, the most toxic men, darkest personalities, psychopaths, murderers, rapists, all of the darkest things. I've been in maximum security prisons where, I was around the worst of the worst. For long years, I did. I got 16 adult years in prison, 4 juvenile years, which was probably worse than the adult time, honestly. It is more wild, I would say that, just because it's more kids in there freaking being nuts. But in this, the same as the recovery community, I watch it in church and like men, they get off drugs, they get sober, and they want to, and it's been said many times, the first thing that would draw a man out of a program or out of the will of God is his desire for a woman. Not the needle, not the drugs, not the bottle of booze. The first thing is the woman that will sidetrack. And I'm not saying it's the woman's fault. It's the man's desire is what I'm saying. It's their desire for companionship, love, whatever it might be. To fill whatever void in, whatever it is, sexual gratification, whatever it might be. That is I see that pattern. And I see it in church. Like, so God's design for that is, but I advise God's design for that is, yes, absolutely, that we come together and multiply. In Genesis, God said that. What did God mean when he said multiply? He said multiply. He's talking about not just multiply people. He's talking about, yes, populate the earth. Multiply his image, which is, go through the Bible, you find the constructs of a marriage. Here, man, lead your wife, your family, your children. Be the godly example. That's something else I'll touch on real quick. Try to. Be the godly example. You're the head of the house, do the right thing. Boom. If you lead your family to church, it's the wife's job. Be the helper, submit, blah, blah, blah. These things are so out of whack right now. Men have lost their way. Women have lost their way. The word submission is like freaking ridiculous. And one of the things I have said before, like, I don't need you to submit to me. Submit to God. And that's literally what it says. You don't, if I'm out of line, if I'm out of whack, and I have been all my life, I've been not perfect. And here, the beauty of it in love, in two people that are under Christ, under this umbrella of Christ, in the church, and you're a part of the kingdom of God, and you're both mindset for the Lord. The beauty of it is when two people are out of alignment with God's will, and they're not perfectly submitting, perfectly leading. The man's not perfectly leading. The woman is not. Under that umbrella of God, we love each other from death till death do us part, so we can work through these things. But it should never be absolute reverse chaos. then like, hold on, what are we doing? Are we under Christ for? Is this an illusion? Is this fake? Like, no, here, Christ changes me. I need saved because I'm evil. I don't need him as a. I don't need him as a status symbol so that I can call myself a Christian. No, I need Christ on my life to change me. To change me because I'm evil, therefore he paid a price for me. He paid the ultimate price for me to be saved. And my love for that is like, it's not so I can go on living and living the way I want. That love that he did for me draws me to, gives me a desire to, I want to be a different person. Not just for him. I want to represent him. I want to be better to the people around me. I want to love them. And I need his love in order for me to do that. I need his love in me in order for me to do that. Because my love isn't good enough. Mine's self-seeking. My heart is wicked, deceitful. You know, that's biblical. What I'm saying is, that's the truth. We think we have goodness in us, which whatever goodness we do have in us, it's from him. Whether we recognize that or not. But that's the out of whack part. And my advice is, because I do give, I can give some relationship advice on this, like, and this is what I will tell guys, like, you need to get your relationship with God right before you worry about a relationship. A lot of people, they come to Christ and they start looking for that relationship right away, Like, you better let God let God show you things about yourself first. And I tell them, I'm like, I wouldn't be impressed with, I'm not impressed with, I'm leery. For me, I've been through toxic relationships, so I'm not impressed with. And this goes into a lot of the psychological stuff for me. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but for me, I'm very leery of. I see men. I'm like, okay, you. Not just because you meet a woman in church, the same way that the man is draped off in church looking for a woman, thinking that, oh, we're going to find a great woman, the woman can come to church and do the exact same thing looking for a man. If the motives are off and they're going ahead of God's timing, and they're not looking at their own self, unable to reflect on their self, they could wrap themselves up in a toxic thing. And the format in the Bible for marriage is really great, man. Christ is the head of the church, and he literally says, like, for men, love your wife as Christ loved the church. What did Christ do for the church? He died for it. He died for it. So that for the women that are like, they have a problem with the submission thing and they don't like that. It's like they said, if you can't figure out a man is masculine, he's meant to lead, and which a man is meant to lead, be respected, and a woman's called to, hey, help him, love each other, work things out together. For the ones that's so turned off by the submission word, this man is called to die for you, die to himself, lead his family to Christ. That's on his shoulders. women submit. Yeah, and I'm not saying all, because there's plenty that do get it. Like, hey, it's not really a big deal. But the beauty of it is in the Bible. Like, if the two do these things, or even just believe them together and are working toward it, it really works. It's magical. It works. Like, okay. Yeah, it works. And it may, and it's actually will work very smooth, even with small hiccups. Hey man, I can carry on a conversation with you. We can work out this issue, get to the bottom of it. I care about your feelings. You care about mine. It's beautiful. I want to hear you out. You hear me out. Okay, what can we do to change this? It's called a process, and just change these things. But one of the things I tell men is, yeah, don't be impressed with what you see in church. Same thing for women. Like, what you see in church, worshiping and all the church activities, just because you meet in church. And I've seen in good relationships. I'm just saying. So I don't want that to sound. I don't want to sound wrong in that. There's absolutely great relationships, but for me, dealing with men coming through drug addiction and stuff, I know their weaknesses, so I try to inform, like, you have to move slow on these things and let God do these things for you. You have to use some kind of discernment and let God grow in your heart. Let God have his place in your life so that he can lead you, give you discernment on these things. Wow. I'm going to end it with that. Thank you all for watching.